In today's short analysis video, we will discuss on Richtech Robotics stock. And today's analysis will be purely based on request from one of our subscriber. One of our viewers had requested the analysis on this stock, and we will discuss what is the current trend, and we will also discuss what will be a nearest support or resistance where the stock can give a reversal. So before we analysis any stock, first we check what is a current trend. So to check the current trend, the very first thing we have to check is the trend line. If you'll see over here, this was an upward sloping parallel channel which is already gone broken down. So the trend is the negative side, it's a short sell side. So the stock already got trigger, so we got to know that there is a parallel channel got trigger on the downside, so we have to avoid buying. And if you'll see a closer look over here, there was a negative chart structure. If you'll make a closer look over here, there was a negative chart structure that was an head and shoulder pattern which was already got trigger on the downside. If we see over here, there was a negative chart structure, and this negative chart structure head and shoulder pattern, it is a little bit on the sloping angle. So the exact necklines comes at exact necklines came somewhere around $4.4. So as soon as this neckline got trigger, this was a perfect area for the short sell. And the downside target was, if you'll see, the almost first target is already done here, because this was the most nearest support on the downside, and the second target was somewhere around 2.50, but it's very rare charts. But now if you are on the short side, you have to first watch for a level where the stock will start the upside journey. So if you'll go to the lower time frame, because the stock had already completed the first target, so sometimes the stock give reversal from this side, or sometimes it's give reversal from the second target. So already first target is already done, and the stock had given a massive downside corrections. So if you do the short selling, this is a perfect area of short selling, or this is a neckline when got trigger. So if you short at this level near the support, it will be a big risk. If you supporting near to this area, after this big fall, if you short sell at this level, it will be a very risky, because the stock is near to end support. So never short sell the stock when the stock is near to the support. You have to short sell the stock whenever the stock break the support. If the stock is near to support, avoid short sell. In fact, you can look for a buying opportunity near the support, and you have to keep your stop loss below support. If the support get trigger on closing basis, then you can look for a short sell. So this is a very important lesson. This is a very minute very minute point, but you have to pay a very big, because it will create a big impact on your trading. So one of my subscriber had asked me that I had short sell this, and his I had seen he had short sell near to an support area. So that is very risky. Whenever, see, this was a support, this neckline was in support. So if he had short sell after the breaking of this neckline, he would be in the good money in hand. Or this was also another support. When this neckline got trigger, if you see, this neckline got trigger, which was a support, this trend line, and if you would have short sell at this area, you will be a good handsome money. But now risking, it now shorting near to and support, it's very risky. And now I will show you the level where the stock give closing about to that level, then the stock will give you a big upside move. And that will be an area where that will be an area where short seller will get in panic, and in panic they will try to cover their short, and once they will try to cover the short, there will be a force buying, and it will lead to a short covering rally. If we go to a lower time frame, my dear friends, if I'll take you to the lower time frames, 2 hours time frame, and if you see over here, there is a possibility that stock is, and there is a positive diversion, and the stock succeed to close. If you'll see over here, there is a diversion. So if you see, the price action is tilting on the downside and RSI tilting on the upper side. So this is a positive diversion, and whenever you find there is a positive diversion, immediately close your short position, because positive diversion will give you a very, positive. Whenever the positive diversion will get trigger, the stock will move like a spring. So my dear friends, this is the first, the signal we got that there is a positive diversion is emerging on the lower time frame, 2 hour time frame. And if the stock succeed to close above the level of $4.10, always keep in mind, if the stock is succeed to close above $4.10, then there is a rounding bottom formation, and this rounding bottom and this $4.10, this will cause a breakout of rounding bottom, and it will take the stock towards the target of $5. And there, in between, there will be a resistance around 4.43. So there is a possibility that stock will give the breakout. There is a probability that once the stock will give breakout from this rounding top, your stop loss should be 410. Short seller stop loss should be 410, because once it will give the breakout, so it will not only break the rounding bottom, but it will also break the positive diversion, and these two major positive signal will give the stock momentum on the upper side, and the stock may face a rejection near this blue line. It may came down, and then again it will start the upside journey. So my dear friends, there is a high probability that stock may give breakout about this rounding bottom. And second conditions, if stock comes near to this, breakout should be on the closing basis, not by touching. If the stock touch the neckline, that don't calculate that as a breakout will only confirm once the stock will give close above the neckline on closing basis. So if the stock comes here and it just kisses the neckline and it's come down, then the again downward move will start. So this level is make and break level for the short seller. This neckline will be make and break level. If this get break on closing basis, then there will be an follow-up buying, and it will lead to a short cover rally. But if the stock face a rejection and it comes down, then there will be an, more short seller will get active, and it will give more pressure to the counter to move on the downside. So all your eyes should be on the neckline of $410. If this $410 get trigger, immediately cover your short, because it will going to give the stock push towards a $5, my dear friends. This is it. And dear friends, if you really like my technicals, hit the like button and support me to subscribe my channel. If my channel will grow, I will continue to make video. So I need your support, and you can share with your family, friends, relative, whoever interested in American stock market. Thanks, my dear friends. Bye bye.